That's the delicious sound of episode 12.
That's
Woo! Welcome back, baby. We're back in the original koi pond. The original, is this? No. Well, the koi pond is hello?
We're technically in a pond.
Bruce can't come to the phone right now because he's
He's
a roll the
drunk.
intro, Carl.
Couple of issues.
What if I did a spit take on that?
all over
I was
everything.
going to do it, but you weren't looking. No, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to fake do it.
I was like, what do you mean? All of our equipment.
Equipment!
Welcome back to episode 12.
My name is Bruce Wigner. I am your host.
I'm
This is
nobody.
my colleague, Carly Encontro. You can follow her at Carly Encontro.
You can follow Bruce at Bruce Wigner.
That's Wigner.
It's a little confusing if you don't know.
I'll tell you again, Mom. It's your last name, too.
Your mom forgets your last name. You can also follow us on social media, Couple of Issues, at Couple of Issues on Instagram, Twitter.
Are you new here? Let me explain what's going on.
My heart stopped.
We're a couple, right?
Yes.
We met on a dating app. We don't say the
Yeah.
dating app until they sponsor the video.
If
You're on board, you're in the koi pond. We understand that's not how you spell koi, but it is here. In this koi pond, we spell things the way we want to spell. C-O-I.
Koi.
Couple of issues. And I see a lot of comments. Maybe get a bigger sign. I know.
We know. If someone wants to make us a giant sign, send it to us.
Oh, that's actually
Do
sick.
you
Yeah.
want to make us a sign? Then give us a sign.
It's like a really aggressive Dora the Explorer thing. Like,
Who wants to give us a sign?
you want to make a sign? Okay.
Send us a sign.
No, but seriously, yeah, we'll get a P.O. box. That would be cool. We should get a P.O. box.
Yeah.
Send in the koi fan art.
That would
Somebody
be
made a,
yeah,
Put this up on the video right now.
I will.
And if you're listening along, go to our Twitter. We have it up there. It's this sick fan art. This is so dope. Look at that. Wow.
I'm so stupid too. I looked at it for like 30 seconds and I didn't understand why there were fish around us.
Oh my God.
I think because I think of koi pond as like literal people. I don't think of fish actually ever.
Oh,
Isn't
wow.
that weird?
You've transcended.
Yeah.
You're full koi.
I've gone full koi. I'm quirky.
I don't see. Yeah, that's really funny. Koi to me are
How do you
my fellow
spell
people.
actual koi?
K-O-I.
Oh. So it's not that different.
Dang it. I should have said C-O-I. That was a trick question.
Yeah, you failed. All right, anyways. New host.
So, yeah, we filmed the last couple weeks in Nashville where I was working on stuff, and then we were in Philly. So it's great to be back in Los Angeles, California,
Yes.
where it's
We love.
always dry.
It doesn't rain ever.
It rained
which
a
is
lot.
sometimes a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But yeah, it's very, very great to
Yeah.
be back here, to be back in the studio. We got back a week ago, a little less than a week ago, something like
Yeah,
that.
last
It's all good.
Tuesday.
It
Yeah.
was something like
last
that.
week. And Bruce,
Oh.
you excited to be back? He was gone a month. He was
listen.
gone over a month.
Loved Nashville. Had a great time. I just love it here so much more.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I grew up in Bucks County.
Pennsylvania.
You know, dealt with, the many seasons and everything. I just like that California is kind of like two seasons. It's like warm and then it gets cooler.
But it's still warm.
Yeah, you wear a jacket. Like, I think that's like a lot of people don't realize, like, it's like wintertime. And like, I'm like a little baby when it comes to cold.
Yeah.
Because I have -3% body fat.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, I
Same.
need,
Cold.
a jacket.
Yeah.
But that, like, I don't know. It's just great here. And then
I
at night you
know.
throw a hoodie on.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Oh, it's so, and everywhere we were was so humid. I don't miss that at all.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
But it also pisses me off that people are like, like, well, California, it's a dry heat and whatever. I'm like, no, it's you scorching.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
really
get,
hot.
Like today, I got in the car, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, no.
But it's great.
Yeah, we love it here.
We stand it. But I also want to give a big shout out to Brian Mulligan, who put me up in Nashville and let us film there. And those videos looked great.
Yeah, they did.
$5
If you
lighting.
watch it on YouTube, the lighting was amazing,
Yeah.
and we got little lamps from Target.
So go on YouTube, subscribe. Go on Apple Podcast, subscribe. It's on Spotify too. Some people don't see it. I don't know.
I don't know if it is or not.
We're
I mean,
a
it is.
magic podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're on Spotify. Now you see us.
Sometimes we're not.
No, you don't. Which I just tweeted about this, but literally at Kevin's wedding, his dad, who's British, was like, "Oh, he's a magician." but he said musician, but it
Oh,
sounded like magician.
yeah.
And the guy was just like, "Oh, you do magic?"
Like, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's so funny to me.
Sometimes I make songs and sometimes I don't.
Nah, man. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Oh, Brian. Yeah. So
Yeah, Brian
huge
Mulligan.
thank you to Brian, who was actually my old booking agent. Which is
For
pretty
his
crazy.
band, yeah.
And
now he lives in
And
Nashville.
he introduced me to like everybody. He basically helped my career in the best way possible because he introduced me to my manager and all that good stuff. So shout out to Brian Mulligan.
Thanks, Brian.
What the heck else happened this week, Carly?
David had a surprise, or there was a surprise party for our friend David Dobrik. If you don't know who that is, he's a very big YouTuber.
You know what's funny?
What?
I guess it's not funny, but it's funny to me that like I've said to so many people, I'm like, oh yeah, and blah blah blah, and then they're like, oh yeah, like your friends are like YouTubers and stuff, like back home.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, you know David Dobrik? And they're like, no, because like it's like my friends my age. They're like, nah, I don't know
Oh
who that is."
yeah, they don't.
I was like, he had like a viral breakup video. And they're like, oh, he's Liza's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like
I feel like
everybody knows Liza.
everybody knows that the breakup video too.
It's so crazy that like,
Yeah.
yo, that breakup video put me on to David Dobrik, and I've been watching him ever since.
I love watching him cry, so I just subscribed.
That's so funny.
But yeah, we went to
Okay,
what's up?
cool. Sorry, I was gonna say we might have a guest pop in.
Oh,
Maybe not. Stick around. Maybe
That'd be
he'll
cool.
pop in,
that'd be cool.
but probably not
Love
for
that
good.
for us. So yeah, his assistant set up a surprise birthday party. He ruined it because he found out, tried to surprise us by wearing a disguise. Didn't
Where
really work.
most people would,
Normal people.
normal people would be like, oh, you know what? I found out about the surprise party. I'm just gonna go along with it because like I don't want to like ruin everybody's day. And he
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna try to turn this into a bit, which failed.
It did fail miserably, but
It was a good time.
that's his head though. Everything's work and like filming.
Yeah.
So I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. But it was a fun time.
Yeah.
But it was fun time. Sorry.
It was a fun time. We also Zane is filming his 200th vlog. He
A
did
lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he did a very big he had a very big filming day. I know he posted this on his Instagram story. He was like filming for 13 hours or something.
Yeah, it was 2 locations. Like
It's going to be incredible.
elaborate.
Incredible. I can't wait to see it, but I can't wait for everyone else to see it. If you
I don't think anybody in the group's put this much effort into a video ever. For
like a
segment.
minute long part.
Yeah.
Like literally
It's crazy.
an entire day shooting for like a minute. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably more than that, but
and
it's
this
really cool.
week I'm working on something with Zane as well for his 200th vlog.
Oh, right.
Which
Another segment.
can't really talk about yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really excited. And if you know what I do, you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, it'll be really,
It's gonna be
really
really
good.
funny.
Yeah, it's it's fun.
Speaking of
And-
which, I was just gonna say, I did a song with our buddy Toddy Smith, and so Todd does a lot of like poetry, like posts these Instagram posts, and he has these like long captions that are like poems, and he was like, dude, we should do a song together, it'd be cool. And I was like, what if we did like you did like a spoken word like poem, and I made like a beat to that, or like I made a beat and you kind of sing around it and stuff, or
Talk.
poem around it.
Slow rapping.
Talk poetry to me. And we did, and it's up on Spotify and iTunes right now. He also put a video up on YouTube, which our buddy Uggets Joe Volpes did. And so go check that out, stream it, buy it on iTunes.
It's
and,
really cool. It's nothing like I've heard from, if you follow the Vlog Squad or anything, nothing like anyone's done.
It's also I've never done anything like it, so it was
Yeah.
like really cool. So it's definitely weird, and that's what I love about it.
It
It's like
is
one of those
weird,
songs
yeah.
like you should just like lay in your room in the dark and listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like super vibey.
Yeah, just like turn off all the lights,
Super vibey.
cry a little bit.
Yeah, we love vibes. Vibes Pond.
Vibe-
Speaking of vibes,
Vibes
and then
Pond.
that's where I would be like, this dating app.
What?
That would be my segue into being like, this
Oh.
dating app that paid us.
Right.
If they would finally
they
come
didn't.
around, maybe the sign in the background could have their logo.
That would be
Forever.
cool. Hey, dating app, you want to send us a sign?
If you guys want to tweet at Tinder and just say, hey, you guys should sponsor a couple of issues and make them a sign, that would be great.
I wonder what they would say. Let's go visit their office.
Oh my God, it's in LA.
Yeah.
We
Go
should
pound
do
on
that.
their door and be like, "Where have you been, you bitch?"
How cool
Sorry,
would
I
that
didn't
be?
mean it, Tinder.
We take a meeting with Tinder.
we like have to pitch ourselves.
Yeah. We
I mean, that
totally
would
met
be
on your
cool.
app. it'd be
Yeah.
cool. We'll figure it out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But then also, I got to live out a little bit of a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
And so David hit me, or no, it was when we were filming Zane's thing. I was with David, and I was sitting there, and he goes, "Hey, do you want to play guitar tomorrow?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Are you performing, David?
And then he was like, "Do you want to do a song with Rebecca Black tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm completely down." So he FaceTimes Rebecca.
If you don't know who that is.
Yeah, Rebecca Black had
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And so she's like an amazing singer now.
She's older.
She was
better.
like 13 or 14 when that
Yeah.
song came out. And she's got a crazy good voice. And I had worked with these producers like 2 years ago who were working on their stuff, and that was before I knew she was like insanely good.
Mhm.
And they're like, check out this Rebecca Black track. And they played it, and I was like, holy shit. So I was like, dang, she's good. So then when she just did the 4 and a bunch of stuff, so like I like knew at that point, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, she was.
And so David's like, she does like a jazzy version of Friday. Can you play guitar for it? So she like sent over the chords, and I was like, cool. So we were like, we were gonna rehearse it right before the bit. I was like, let's just play it, like the two of us. And David's jaw dropped, and Kristen was there too. Her jaw dropped, and they're like, and David's like, don't play it. I want my reaction. This is so good. We literally played 2 chords, and she was like 7 a.m.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
And Kristen was like, it was so funny.
It's so weird, like being our age. Because how old were we when that came out? I feel like I was just starting college or something, or I was in high school still. I
Yeah,
think.
it was. I mean, yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, I guess yeah, something like that. So the bit ended up being me, David, and Josh Peck from Drake and Josh, and then Rebecca gets in the car and we played this jazzy version of Friday. And it was just like, it was a really cool moment. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I used to watch Drake and Josh all the time.
Yeah, it's
And then,
like
Rebecca Black,
2 people who
iconic.
were like famous kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
Like now
And-
you're with them in the car.
And David was saying to her, like, it's like, I mean, even just like looking at it from afar, like if you think about it, it is cool now that she can play that song. Like she was saying, she's like, oh, I get to play it my way now.
Yeah.
So it's like she could still play that song, she could still have fun with it, and like appreciates the fact that like, yeah, if it weren't for that song, I wouldn't have built a career.
Oh, yeah,
like
hate.
I got a lot of hate, and I got
Uh-huh.
through that, which is like nuts. Like I can't imagine the success of Friday, and like being 14, the success in the way of like how big it was.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
And how big of like that was like one of the first like meme-ish things that
yeah.
like people were like, this is such a joke.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
It was like, who wrote this? Like,
Yeah.
who is performing this
Keep
right
watching
now?
you. Pull away from me, girl.
What?
I like every time I like look over.
Oh,
I
sorry, I'm
feel
trying
this.
to like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not trying to, I promise. That's the thing though. I love when people appreciate their roots. Like there are some
That's-
people who
yeah,
like
yeah.
started on Vine and now they're on YouTube and they're like, Vine was so stupid, like blah blah. But it's like you have to appreciate where you came from, like where
That's
you got an
actually
audience.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Charlie Puth was a YouTuber. A lot of people don't realize.
I know.
He got big on
I didn't-
YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and I think it was his label that deleted everything.
Yeah.
Once
I
he
mean,
got,
I guess that makes sense.
to a certain level. But he came from Berkeley, so he's like super talented. It's just really interesting. There's like this weird, I don't know, the YouTube world versus real world, but everything's starting to commingle.
Mhm.
And then it's like real world people. I'm saying that like no shame to any YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I mean like in the sense of like old fashioned
Hollywood.
Hollywood
Mhm.
and like the new Hollywood, and asking kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And them saying, I want to be a YouTuber. It's like nuts, but that's like the future.
It's wild.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like TV shows, like numbers are dropping every single day.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure some do great, and you know, but you're watching more and more numbers go down and YouTube numbers go up.
Yeah. Well, YouTube is like a new TV basically. And I guess it's not really that different from like if you asked me when I was little what I wanted to be when I grew up, I was probably like, I want to be on Disney Channel. Like I want to be
Yeah.
a Disney actor. And like that's kind of this almost the same thing now.
You know what's weird? I said I want to have a podcast that has like a fish pun.
I'm so sure.
Since I was 6.
I was genuinely like, what was he gonna say?
They didn't even
You
have
jerk.
podcasts back then.
No.
They had
Talk radio, which is basically podcast.
Yeah.
Which is what I made fun of my parents for listening to talk radio, and now I listen to podcasts.
Isn't that weird?
So,
that
like, full
history
circle.
repeats itself.
Yeah. Can we
Like-
talk about Ben Franklin more? I'm kidding.
Did we talk about that last podcast?
We talked about Ben Franklin a ton on the last podcast. Sorry. But yeah,
Go back
history,
and listen if you're interested in Ben Franklin.
no, but what you're saying, history repeats itself. It's weird that
Oh, somebody got struck by lightning with a key.
no,
Again?
no, before that. I was talking about how podcasts with the new talk radio, and then you were like, it's crazy.
Oh,
I don't know, maybe we lost our train of thought about that.
Ben Franklin.
It was before that.
He's on a bill. You know what bill?
No, I'm not smart.
We'll find
$10
out next
bill?
week. No.
100,000.
Do you feel? Benjamin. It's all about the Benjamin. That'd be $100.
All About the Benjamins. If you're gonna say all about somebody, it should be at least 1,000. Like,
Yeah, but there's no $1,000 bill.
there's not. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
Carly.
I didn't know that. I don't ever have cash.
Carly.
I
You
didn't
know
know.
there was not $1,000
No.
bill.
If you handed me $1,000 bill and it was fake, I would think that it's real. Well, clearly it would be fake because there aren't any.
You know what's messed up?
Why aren't there?
You know what's messed up?
Are there $500 bills?
Okay, Carly.
I don't know.
No. 100
That's it?
is the cap. Yeah, this isn't Monopoly.
I'm like, oh,
You're not buying Park Place. Gosh.
I'm like, oh, I'm thinking
I
of YouTube.
really want to move in with you. Don't ruin this. Guys, we're about to move in together, I think.
I don't know if he's going to anymore. I'm like, the landlord.
I was in my brain, I was like, oh, okay, we should segue into like how we're going to move in together. Like, that's a big step. And she's like,
Yeah.
Is there a $500 bill? Like, oh my God.
I mean, don't you think that's
I
kind
love
of
you so much.
Yeah, but what?
I just want to get that out there.
All right. Are you going to follow that up with something?
I'm just afraid comments are being like, he was so mean to her.
Oh, no,
about-"
he's not being mean at all. I just, like, I don't.
No,
What?
I'm about to be mean. Here we go. No.
Oh, God, here we go. Look, not on the camera, not on the podcast. I think it's pretty realistic for me not to know that because I've never really had cash. Like, once I was able
That's not a good excuse.
once I was able to use money, it was always a debit card.
Have you seen a $100 bill? I'm pulling up a picture of a $100 bill.
Oh yeah, that looks familiar.
That's Ben. That's our boy Ben.
That's him?
That's Benjamin.
That's the guy with the key?
Yeah, Benjamin Button.
That did he look like that when he got
Look
struck?
right here. An American founding father, Benjamin Franklin. We were at his house.
We were at his house. We just talked about
Hold
this
on,
whole
let me
story
pull
again.
up $500 bills. See what happens.
No, I said $1,000 bill. I thought there was
also said
1,000.
1,000.
Guys,
$1,000 bill. Why do we no longer use
oh, so
the
there
$1,000
used to be.
bills?
So I must have seen one time. I'm
No
right.
way.
Look at that. Click it.
Oh my God, there used to be.
Wow.
In 1969, the Treasury Department and the Fed discontinued $500, $1,000, $5,000,
There were 500.
$10,000, and $100,000 bills. That bill above is real because no one used them anymore, though a new bill hadn't been printed since 1945.
Okay, so I was half right. There
Yeah.
used to be.
Okay.
That looks so weird. I've never seen that guy in my life. Don't know who he is. Who is that? Do we know the man on the $1,000 bill? Don't you- I feel like
hold on.
kids
There's
now.
like I'm reading.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
sorry.
You're good.
Who was on? Is it Teddy Roosevelt?
I feel like kids now are never going to see cash. Do you think cash will ever just go away
Um,
and just like only be like debit cards?
I think we're getting there. Probably, there's probably always going to be some sort of currency people need,
Yeah.
unless we go full robot.
Like, is that a thing that can happen? Like, what's backed? I know, like, gold is backed. It backs money. Gold backs, sorry, like, printed money,
Mhm.
right? Because you can't just print off money. You need
can
to
print
back
off
it
money.
by something,
Yeah,
right?
you can back it by.
I'm honestly, I need to watch a TED Talk about cash or something because I'm very confused about how it works.
Oh, here is how cash works.
I'm already asleep.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like, when they print off cash,
Yeah,
are
it's
they?
gotta have a.
Do they have physically like gold?
Well, let me just start.
Also-
Let me preface it with this: we are in debt as a country.
Oh, good.
So-
And as individuals.
I'm sure there's money printed off that we're just like borrowing from other people,
Yeah.
and that's why we're so in debt.
It blows my mind how that works.
I don't know.
Like, what if you just worked wherever the White House, is that where they print off money? I
That's
don't
not
know.
where they print off money. I don't think.
Like, and you just kept printing off money. You're like, I want
Donald
Chipotle
Trump's
today.
like, the printer's broken.
I
More
need the-
money, please.
He accidentally prints it in color. It's like crazy colors. It's supposed to be.
That's funny.
Speaking of money, I wanted to bring this up.
We're moving in together.
Oh yes.
Sorry.
So yes. Speaking of having no money ever again, we might move it together. I was gonna bring up mystery shopping. 'Cause I think that's really
yeah.
interesting. So I don't know if you guys know what mystery shopping
I
is.
just found out about this today.
Did you not know it was a thing before?
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
guys, you said mystery shopping, and then I was like, "What is that?" And you're like, "I'm getting to it." I'm like, "No, I don't understand at all what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
describing."
So mystery shopping, my mom used to do this. You basically sign up on like a website, I'm pretty sure. Like, I want to be a mystery shopper. And what a mystery shopper is
They go undercover.
you basically go undercover and go to different stores, and the manager or whoever owns the place will send you
We'll
like
back
a
it up.
list. What?
They would the manager or whatever of places would hit up a mystery shopper and say,
Yes.
"Now go to that place."
Uh-huh.
And you come back to me and you tell me if they do everything they're supposed to, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And then you get paid per job or something. But like, it was just funny because
How much do you get paid?
I don't know. I think like a few $100.
Oh, wow.
So like my mom, who was just a stay-at-home mom, like just got extra cash, you know. Every
So
week
they
or
would
something.
email and be like,
Can you do this day? Like, who's available to do this day? And I think
and then they
people
would give like a bullet list, like
I think so, yeah. But it was funny because
bullet list. Does that make sense?
bullet point
Bullet point
list. I knew what you meant.
of like, make sure they greet you, make sure they offer
Uh-huh.
you this, make sure.
Well, there's a lot of details in some of them. Like we went to Krispy Kreme one time, and my mom had to, you know, like where they make the donuts on the conveyor belt, and you can watch it.
Yeah, it's like glass.
Yeah,
window,
she
yeah.
had to. This is back when we had like disposable cameras. Only.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
so she had to like literally go up to the window like a crazy tourist and take a ton of pictures of like the ceiling and like the conveyor belt and the floor and like
To make
she
sure
had
it's clean.
to make sure it's clean and like send them into corporate or whoever was like hiring her just so they could see from like a customer standpoint like what it looks like, I guess.
Man, that's so interesting. Isn't that like illegal? I
No,
guess
because it's a
not
company
illegal.
doing it.
That's just like,
It's like undercover boss.
you know what that really is though? That's like
Rude.
that's like a suspicious girlfriend. Being
yeah.
like, go like flirt with my boyfriend. It's those like cheater shows.
Oh,
where they're
yeah.
like, hey, we're gonna send this super hot girl to hit on this guy and
Uh-huh.
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, he acted like a guy? Oh, fuck, cool.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But
Guys are dumb is what I was saying.
not all guys. You're smart. You're a
Um,
smart guy. He's a smart guy.
Oh my God. Taj Mowry?
10-year-old whiz kid, bus of high school.
Right? Is that his name? Taj Mowry?
Taj Mowry.
Yeah.
Tia and Tamara. Sorry, guys. We're doing a little flashback now. If you ever saw
He's
the
a
word...
smart guy.
Did it.
It's great. Throwback.
10-year-old
Taj
whiz
Mowry
kid,
was on
bus
like
of
a
high
lot of
school.
shows too.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't
He was
know.
in Full House.
He was?
Yeah, he was Michelle's like best friend, Teddy.
Oh. Did not know that.
If I'm not mixing up people.
I don't think I watched Full
And then he
House
was
that
on
much.
Sister.
Probably. Because Tia and Tamara were on Sisters. They were sister.
They were Sister. They were on Sister.
If
No, they
you
were
haven't
Sister,
seen these
Sister.
shows, look them up. They're so good,
OG
and they don't make
shows.
shows like this anymore.
Smart
I feel
Guy,
like.
Kim Possible, Full House.
Yes.
Man, this kid was great. Throw up a picture.
Yeah.
He's great, yeah. And- oh,
He's a
he was
dope
Tia
kid.
and Tamara's brother in real life.
What?
Tia and
yeah,
and
you're-
Tamara.
Maori,
Tia and Tamara.
Tamara,
Maori.
the twins. Yeah. sisters.
Mowry. If you wanna, if you're at home listening to the audio, type in Maori.
Maori. Not Maury.
Yeah.
But I was gonna bring up with mystery shopping. I worked at Target for like 5 years, and one of my friends there got fired because he didn't ID a very old adult that was buying alcohol, and they ended up being like an undercover cop or something, and he got fired.
He got fired for that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
which is so like when I worked there, they told us you have to ID every single person that buys alcohol.
So he didn't do his
which
job.
makes sense. Yeah, I mean it makes sense, but at the same time, it's so awkward, and someone is like clearly 80 years old.
Yeah, it's such a weird.
You're like, I don't want to ask you for your ID because I don't know if I should joke about it or like play it off like maybe you're 20. I don't know. Like, what do you do? It's so
Yeah.
weird. And then sometimes they say something like, are you serious? Or like they're so old, you feel bad making them like reach into their pocket.
Oh my god!
To get, you know what I mean?
How
though?
did you get here?
yeah. I don't
Well-
know. It's just like such a weird thing. It's like if you can tell, if you can tell they're obviously like 40, you shouldn't have to ask.
Well, the interesting thing to me is, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, like here in California, you can get beer like anywhere, gas
Oh,
station,
yeah, I forget it's
whatever.
different, yeah.
Where in Pennsylvania, you can't.
So
you have
weird
to go
to
to
me.
the beer store. Walmart's, Targets, grocery stores, like 99% of those do not sell beer, except for like some grocery stores have a little sectioned off part where you can get beer now.
Uh-huh.
But then you got to go to a liquor store if you want liquor, like wine and liquor store. So it's like that's how Pennsylvania is. So those people's job is to card people. Like,
Mhm.
so I'd understand a place like that. Target, it's like you're not really.
Not like selling alcohol
yeah,
for a
but
living.
You're not like
Liquor
qualified,
license?
I guess,
Yeah.
to be judging that. So I guess that's probably why they're like,
yeah.
just card everybody.
I guess so. I don't know. I wonder why it's like that on the East Coast.
It's not the East Coast. It's not all the East Coast.
Just some.
You go in Maryland, it's buy it everywhere.
Is that because like
It's Pennsylvania. It's certain states.
yeah, that's
And the
weird.
problem is, you got to think about it, is like, if a beer store, if all of a sudden now you sell beer in Pennsylvania, Wawa's and all this place, whatever, those beer stores are going to shut down. because
yeah.
like
yeah.
there's so much competition.
Yeah.
So I think those beer stores and liquor stores are like fighting to keep that way. Because I think they've tried so hard in the past to. I don't know. That's like an old guy ranting right now. I don't care either way.
Back in the 70s, I would walk to the liquor store.
Yeah. In the snow in my bare feet.
Uphill, both ways.
On my hands, too.
And I'd walk back wasted.
Yeah.
But still uphill.
I was 3.
Whoa.
And I had a full-time job and a beard.
I worked at the liquor store. That was my job.
I had a family. 3 kids underneath me.
Times were crazy back then.
Yeah, back then.
Times were crazy.
But what we do every week is we read some emails that you guys send in.
Yes.
And we had a juicy one last week. I would love to continue. Because guess what?
Oh, it was juicy.
The last podcast that we did, if you haven't listened, it's episode 11. It's The Other Woman. So this guy...
Being the other woman.
It was a guy sleeping with another guy. So it was 2 guys. Are you with me?
Are you following?
Are you following? There's 2 men here, okay? And they're sleeping with each other. And so the guy that emailed us slept with this other dude, and I guess like he like started to get feelings, but it was like weird, whatever. Finds out the guy he slept with has a girlfriend. So this girl doesn't know this guy's bi or gay. She thinks like he's just straight and they're in a relationship and he's not cheating. Meanwhile, he's like sleeping with this koi pond fish guy.
Yeah, koi pond fish. What a way to describe him.
Yeah. He's sleeping with one of our own. You ain't gonna hurt a koi pond member here, boy. But he said he has a follow-up, so I'd love to.
Yeah. And did you say, sorry, I was like trying to find the email. Did you say that he didn't know if he should tell the woman or not?
He was like, do I tell that guy's girlfriend? Because like he's clearly cheating on her and I feel guilty now by not telling her. And which I would, but then I also like, I don't know. It's a really tough situation. It's a
rocky situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have the update here. Do you want to read it, Bruce?
Sure.
Oh boy, it's a long guy. I'm excited for the juice.
Here we go. Dear Carly and Bruce, I killed them. I killed them both. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, whoa.
Here we go again. I have enough. Sorry about that. He was just like, what the hell? That's not my email.
What if we said that and then went on to the next email?
And we were like, and then it just cuts. There's like a hard edit cut. Like, why did they leave that part? What would they say? Yeah. Dear Carly and Bruce, here we go again. I have an update to my story, but sorry, I just had a little bit of espresso and I'm feeling good.
Okay, you're done.
But first, let me clear something up. I didn't go to his girlfriend's apartment. Oh my God, no, I still have somewhat of a moral compass.
Okay.
So when I sent you that email, I had stopped talking to, I won't say his name, because I was disgusted with not only myself, but with him most of all. However, you don't have to read along with me. You can react.
Sorry.
We're both reading.
Sorry, you're right.
You're like,
I'm just like, I want to know.
You're coaching me, like, him. I'm like, however.
The whole time.
Space. I can't.
Space.
You keep saying every space and period.
Period.
People are like, get on with the email. However, the day after I sent that email, he Snapchatted me. He, looking mighty fine, was all like, I miss you so much. I'm sorry for leading you on. I broke up with my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. He moved back to our hometown of, oh my God. I'm not going to say the town.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I guess, should I say? Does it matter?
If you want, I don't know what that means.
There's a podcast called, not Serial, Up and Vanished.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not far from here.
Oh.
In Georgia. I'll just say that.
So maybe he did kill them.
Him and his girlfriend were living in Atlanta. I checked both their Instagrams and all their pictures with each other were deleted, so I knew that he wasn't lying. Love that I'm Sherlock Holmes.
This guy's funny.
Yeah, he told me he wanted to see me, and I told him I would think about it. So the flesh is weak, and we started hanging out again. Oh, that's funny. I took that so literal. I was like, your flesh is weak?
Yeah, me too.
We'd meet up in the odd godly hours in the morning, my place or his. Hanging out with him is exhausting. He does all the random crap and barely pays me attention. But when he does, and we actually talk and have sex, it's nothing I've ever experienced. Okay.
All right.
I love being with him, but at the same time, I hate it. I can't explain it. But then we grab breakfast and go our separate ways. When we first start hanging out again, which was around a week and a half ago, at this point, I didn't know what I wanted out of it, if anything. But I was shook when the other day, in the middle of us hooking up, he stops and begins to tell me that he is in love with me. Says that I make him feel special whenever he is around me or when I hold him, whatever the F that means. But whenever we aren't being intimate, he doesn't really act like it. Yeah, he gives me attention, and we are being and making up words here. Sorry.
So it's good. It's all good.
He's like, yeah, like he gives me attention, and we watch you guys, Couple of Issues podcast, and it's on Spotify. You should stop asking.
I
Guys
don't think
about
he's
Spotify.
saying. I don't think he's saying that.
No. Then he was like, and then
Oh,
subscribe
right.
to Apple Podcasts
Oh,
and
okay.
subscribe to YouTube.
Oh,
and,
he's really
and then he was
all
like,
out to
he
him.
was like, I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, but I'm gonna tweet at Tinder and tell them that they should sponsor you guys.
This guy's cool.
Yeah, he's great.
We love him.
If he's just using me for sex, which I wouldn't have a problem with since he isn't cheating on anyone now, why would he say that?
What a sentence.
But does that mean that he is actually in love with me? I don't think I love him. I don't think I even know what love is. Bitch, I'm 18 and the brakes need to be pumped hard. Okay, whoa, I get a little sexual here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to him or what to do. Thoughts? Should I continue whatever we have going on? Should I listen to the part of me that enjoys screwing him and the little time that we do have genuine conversation, or listen to the part of me that feels second class to whatever he is doing when he ignores me? Thanks. JJ.
I'm a little confused.
What are you confused by, Carl?
So when
I'll
they're-
explain it all.
When they're not together, he
Yeah.
ignores him? Like
I don't
texting and
ignore
stuff?
him.
Dun, dun, dun.
No.
Bruce cheated? The clickbait?
I don't know. I think, yeah, it seems like when they're together, it's like,
Great.
oh, it's great. And then they go separate ways. And then it's like every time they hang out, it's like he starts this process back over.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I got to get warmed back up again. Now the guy's in love with me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Are we screwing? Are we dating? Are we,
Are we best friends? Are we something in between that?
I wish we never, and I mean that.
We just made that up.
But
on
not
the
really.
spot.
You see the nastiest shit in bed, and it's awesome. Sorry, that's Childish Gambino. Shout out.
No, we made it up.
Shout out Heartbeat.
It's a good song. Look it up.
I think if you're 18 and having fun, just be straight up. Now it's on you to be straight up with him and just be like, yo, how funny would it be if the guy listens to the podcast?
Then he needs to email us.
But
if
he
you're
was like,
listening, email us.
oh, he's gonna rat me out. Like
Oh.
he just went to the what was I gonna say? What was that called? Like
The police?
the coy narcs.
The Coinarchs.
Yeah, like us.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, what should I do? And we're like, tell the girl.
Yeah, and he's like, oh,
And he's
shit.
like, oh shit, I'm gonna delete all these pictures. I'm gonna move away from her and like whatever.
Whoa.
What if?
I
I think we're
my
giving
dream
ourselves
world.
way too much credit.
Yeah.
I think the guy just broke up with
He's
her.
like, who?
because he could literally just be in love with this dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
obviously,
I can't
if,
be with this girl. It's so much more special with that guy.
yeah. And maybe
were you gonna
he's
say?
realizing he doesn't like girls, too.
Yeah, maybe he was trying. He was like, maybe he wasn't ready to admit it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh, I was gonna say, if the guy emailing us it's like falling in love with this guy too, he needs to have a serious conversation with him and be like, why? I just want to know why you ignore me, or maybe I'm like reading it wrong, or are you just afraid to?
But then
talk
the
to
guy
me?
said in the middle of sex, like, I'm in love with you.
Yeah, but if like that
was
happened,
that heat of the moment though?
True. I would ask.
Yeah.
You know, is that too much to ask? Like right now? No, they've history. I would be like, what do you mean? What are you saying to me right now?
Sorry, in my brain, I was just like, is that too much to ask? Is that a song?
Probably. Want to give me some creds?
I'm like,
Is that too much to ask? I do
Also-
like. No, that's good. I do like that. I'm so melodic.
Melodic.
Is that a word?
It's just it's a great song idea. So I'm gonna write it down because there's probably already a song.
What did I say again? Is that too much to ask?
No, that's
Aw.
definitely a song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, write it down just in case.
Yeah, I'm writing it down too much.
This is how it works, people. This is how Bruce's artist mind works. I'll say
Okay.
something. He's like, let me write it down.
Also, I see your guys' comment, and I've seen
Oh.
a couple, and one particularly. Yes, it was very funny, but it was like, take a shot for every time Bruce says he's a producer songwriter.
Songwriter. Well, that's his job.
Well,
What do
you
wanna
gotta
do?
be drunk, bitch, because I'm a producer songwriter living in Los Angeles.
So
Go
shut
check
up.
out my channel, The Weekend Riot.
Like, I don't understand. I say I'm a YouTuber. Why is that different?
It's just funny that I was just like, I always explain it like people don't know, because if
Yeah.
you're just tuning in the podcast, I want people to understand. So
Yeah.
I like the koi pond keeping me in check, but I'm a producer songwriter living in Los Angeles.
And apparently from Boston or something.
Yeah.
So you're from New York
Yeah.
or something. Living in Los Angeles.
It's just like it's that character that runs out of breath at the end of
Yeah.
sentences. I live in Los Angeles, California.
Sounds like you smoke like 10 packs a day.
What we know about me. I don't know. I'm having fun.
You just had a, what is that?
2 espresso shots.
A coffee frappuccino with espresso.
2 espresso shots.
You gonna be up all night. Yeah. All right, want to read another one?
all night. So this next email comes from
So
oh, I almost said her
casual.
name. I'm not gonna say her name because this involves some crazy ish.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hi guys, I'm a huge fan. I'm blah. I'm 20 years old and have a psycho ex. I have a crazy
Love
story
that.
for you guys and want to know your thoughts are on it. So this past October 2017, I read this already, so
Okay.
you don't know what this
All
is.
right, I don't.
So this past October 2017, my ex-boyfriend and his two friends drug a dead deer down the road I live on, drug it across my sidewalk, bloodstains are still there, cut it open for the guts to lay everywhere, and left it outside the door that leads to my garage. I've been in a relationship.
What?
Yeah.
Who is this again? Her ex?
Her ex.
Okay.
I've been in
He's
a
gonna murder you if
I
you don't
have-
take care of this.
This is after, I think. I have been in
Okay.
a relationship for almost 3 years and have had no contact with my ex for over 2 years whatsoever. So there was no reason for him to do that, what he did. I feel bad for my boyfriend now because he is such an easygoing guy and such a great person. I hate that my ex is still trying to get into my life, even if it is in a crazy way. What are your thoughts? Besides my ex being a crazy dick. LOL. Love you guys and your unprofessional advice. XOXO.
Gossip girl.
But it didn't say gossip girl.
Wow. I mean,
Could you imagine?
I would
Hold
I
on.
would call the police and be like, this is like literally murder, basically.
Well, yeah, it's
like that's
disgusting. First
scary and eerie and like I feel like that just
off,
symbolizes
twisted,
like
really twisted.
yeah, demented.
Isn't every like murderer, like serial killer, didn't they always like kill animals? Or I'm not trying to freak you out, but like a lot
Yeah.
of those like. Maybe I just saw too many horror movies, but they always kill like
Uh.
birds and like rats and stuff as kids, and then they grow up to like kill people.
I mean, if you're dragging a dead deer and cutting it open and letting the guts go, there's something going on in your head. That's
Really,
scary.
really scary.
That's
like,
really
I would definitely
scary.
call the police or something. This is unprofessional advice, but I would call the cops and get a restraining order.
Yeah.
Definitely is nice that you're thinking of your current boyfriend and just being like,
yeah.
he's really easygoing and whatever, and just like, I think it would help if I was dating somebody and their ex was doing that. It would put me at ease, being like, oh, I'm gonna like contact the police and try to get a
Yeah.
restraining order.
Yeah.
And I think a dead deer on your front door
That's
is
sad.
definitely worth a restraining order.
Yeah. That's also really sad.
It's so sad.
Poor deer.
We're pro deer.
Or pro deer. That's so sad
But I think
and very
deer
scary.
overpopulate, so I do understand that there's that side of it. I don't understand. I don't really have a stance on hunting.
Oh,
I don't
think it's
I don't
sad.
like hunting.
I don't either.
But I mean, I should say I've never gone hunting,
Uh huh.
and I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I also know to the actual when it comes to deer,
Mm-hmm.
there's like something like I know in like I grew up in Bucks County, like Bucks, and they have to kill deer every year to like somehow like it something with the I keep wanting to say economy, and I'm trying so hard not to say it.
The
Ecology
I know. What is the ecosystem?
ecosystem, I guess, where they like if they overpopulate, it's like a series of events.
Yeah.
I was told that it could be complete bullshit. I have no idea, but that's as far
Aw.
as I know. I think there's like a reason because then they
Yeah.
shut down Tyler Park and let hunters come in.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
That's really sad. They're just living their life. Like, I don't know.
Could you imagine we got a pet deer like living in our
Oh.
apartment?
Oh, I would love that. I
People walk
love
in and like,
it.
is that a deer?
Yeah,
It
I really
just-
want a little goat.
But I feel like that's like the word. Like a deer can't live in your
It's like
apartment. That's
scary. I feel like
sad.
I'd be always scared it would come and like ram me or something, like
Yeah.
with its horns or whatever they have.
Well, I think females have horns, males don't.
Or what are they called? Not horns. They're
Muskets.
musket. I was like, what? Muskets. Are you in
On the video
World War
podcast, I
One?
pulled out a fake gun. The audio podcast.
I pulled
they're
out a
like,
musket.
It's not a musket, you idiot.
You pulled out a real musket.
Let's go on to the next one. So sorry about that. Our advice is just restraining order.
Right. Okay. We'll move on to something a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, let's
shall
lighten
we?
it up.
All right. This actually, the subject of this is actually help, a lighthearted debate between me and my husband. She says, "Hi guys, love you and the podcast. My husband and I have been together 10 years this August. We are now, yes, that's good job. We are now 31 and 30 years old. Well, that's a really big
Oh,
age
wow.
difference. Just kidding.
Shut
1 year.
I was gonna say that like that's. I mean, they've been married since they were 21.
20,
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's true. It's good. We've been married for almost 6 years. There is an ongoing debate in our house.
I'm married 6.
Yeah.
Together
So
10.
they're
Gotcha.
yeah. I think our dating anniversary is our true anniversary, and he thinks our wedding date is our true anniversary. For fun, we even asked family members and coworkers, and the vote is very much 50-50 split about which date is truly couple's anniversary. What do you think? Can you help settle the debate with your unprofessional advice? Thank you in advance.
Well,
What do you think?
here's what I think.
Ow, I just hit my foot with my phone. What?
I think whatever we agree on right now is your official anniversary. And we have to come to an agreement. What do you think it is?
I was going to say you have 2 anniversaries. Because think about it. If we're together, if we're like 60 years old and we've been married for a while, whatever, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, it's been 8 years since, or like we started dating August 8 years ago. And then what if we get
you'd
married?
say we'd be together. Probably.
Oh, like, well, she's saying anniversaries. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's our anniversary of
Our
dating.
anniversary of-
Our anniversary of being married is in 3 more months or something like that, you know?
I don't think you would say that, though. If you were married 10 years or 6 years, you wouldn't be like, we've been dating 10 years and married 6.
Okay, I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think most couples celebrate their wedding anniversary. So I guess that's your anniversary. That's your anniversary, is your wedding anniversary.
This is what you would say. I agree, there are 2 anniversaries.
Okay.
There's a
You really fought that one,
anniversary
though.
of being together,
Yeah.
not dating. Like, I would never say, like, my parents have been together
Mhm.
since they were in high school.
Yeah.
They were married since they were 19.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were like, we've been dating since, like,
Well, I
feel like
guess
that'd
for
be
me,
weird
dating
to
was
say.
together. Yeah, however you say it. It's just a different way of saying it. So there's,
I think-
you agree there's 2.
But here's the point I was going to make before.
Okay.
Because I think if you're going to say that, I don't think that's your true anniversary, though.
Which one? Married?
I think when you're married, that's you're literally going, I promise it's only you. Because dating, if we're speaking technically,
Mhm.
you know, especially like back in the day, it wasn't until you were married that was like, okay, now we're solidified, nobody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So I think that is the true, like, that's the moment you're like, I'm not going to be with anybody else except you. And here's a ring to promise that. To me, that's like a true anniversary.
Yeah. Think of it this way. Say we're
Do you agree?
7.
Or disagree.
I'm just like a little confused.
Why?
Okay, say we're both 70 and someone's like, oh, when's your anniversary? What would you refer to? Just by that question.
When were we married?
What?
When were we married?
I don't know. 30 years
I
before
need
that.
I need
40.
context here. We're married when we were 40
Sure.
and we're 70.
Yeah. So what
so
would you
we're
say?
with other people at this point.
Uh-huh.
I would say
Like if someone just said, when's your anniversary? Would you refer to the wedding one or would you refer to the dating
if
one?
somebody asked what my anniversary is, I would give the date and the year.
Of the wedding?
hmm
Oh, okay. See, that's
And if they're like, but I'd be like, we've been together 39 years. Right?
yeah, same. I would be like, oh, we've been married for this long. We've been together this long. There's 2. There's 2 anniversaries because it's 2 different
think it's-
parts of your life.
It's cool to do this, right? Especially because you've been together 10 years. You go, oh, we've been married 6 years. Together 10. It's like you're one-upping yourself. So people are like,
Right.
6 years. I go,
Oh,
10.
wow,
So I
yeah.
think you should do your cute celebration for your dating anniversary, right?
Mhm.
So your 10-year anniversary is coming up, or it already happened. Happy 10-year if this is today. And you celebrate that as like maybe whatever you did 10 years ago, you know, like that's like the fun young us, whatever. Anniversary, you guys go to that fancy fucking.
Oh, yeah, that nice
Italian
steakhouse.
fucking-
Italian.
You get the fucking blouse.
Oh my God, you got so
the
Italian.
Fucking stromboli. You know?
We have Sebastian Maniscalco
Yeah,
in the,
I
in the
love Sebastian so
studio.
much.
So good.
I need to dip in something immediately. Sebastian's great.
Love him. I don't know. I think
That's where I stand.
I think I would celebrate the wedding anniversary. I wouldn't really we could probably celebrate the dating one, but like the more important would be the wedding one.
Okay, let's move in together first.
All right. Maybe we should do that. Next.
Yeah, again, while Carly pulls this up, if you guys want to tweet at Tinder and just tell them, like, yo, really sponsor a couple of issues, because I really want this sponsorship to happen, and I'm just waiting
That
for
would
it to
be so
happen.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love that too. All right, you ready?
Mhm.
The subject is, should I break up with a BFF? Best friend
Ooh.
forever.
Okay, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Love the pod. I am one of your older viewers. I'm 27. Oh, she's my age.
No,
So here,
No,
what?
not one of the older viewers. We found out we have a whole nursing home
That follows us.
that follows us.
They live stream this video. They gather once a week.
They are
They get their
96.
they get their calamari or whatever it is.
Calamari?
Calamari. It's like fish or
Like
something.
fried squid?
I don't know. Ew. Anyways,
So random. Like, why wouldn't they just eat like rice pudding? They can't eat calamari.
I don't know. I feel like a fancy home.
Nursing home is like not fancy.
I don't know. I just assume
Like retirement home?
old people eat fish and like gross. I don't know. I'm just
Old people are cool too, man.
no. I know.
Don't shame. Don't
I'm not shaming. I just
fish shame the elderly.
oh, I'm not. I just assume
I'm
they're
just
like
kidding.
I like fish.
I guarantee a lot of old people hate fish.
Probs. I don't know what I'm saying. I thought there was a $1,000 bill, which there was at one point.
You said $100 bill?
What?
Didn't you just say $100 bill?
1,000. There is a $100 bill.
Tuned out.
Wait, isn't there a $100 bill?
There are.
Okay.
There's 100%
Now you're
$100
confusing
bill.
me. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, what's wrong?
Go.
Okay.
Hi guys, love the pod.
So here's my dilemma in a nutshell. I have this friend who I've been BFFs with since 10th grade, and up until a year ago, we were inseparable and always made time to hang out with each other. Well, not so much anymore. Last year, we only saw each other 3 times out of the whole year. I keep trying to reach out and stay in contact with her, but it's not being reciprocated on her end. I feel like I'm basically begging her to be my friend at this point. I'm always the one to suggest that we hang out, or I send her links for things that we could do together, and she says she's interested, but then I never hear from her to set up a day to hang out. When I don't get a response from her, I feel like it's a response within itself. I see her posting Instagram stories and pictures with her new friends from work, and it kind of bums me out that she's kind of just pushing herself away from me, and I'm at the point where I'm ready to just cut ties, but I don't know if that's too dramatic. LOL, please help Mama and Papa go away. Thanks. So she's wondering if it's too dramatic to cut her out of her life.
I don't
if she
think
should
it's
just-
too dramatic. I mean, if you're trying to, have that. Yeah, same. My legs like.
My legs are numb right now.
If
I think, sorry, are you thinking right now?
yeah, go.
I was saying, I think you could treat relationships or like friendships as relationships. Like if they're not putting in effort either, you can definitely cut them out. There's no like rule of how to cut, if you should or shouldn't cut people out. However, I think if I was in that position, I wouldn't really cut them out. I would just stop trying, and then if they come around, they'll come around, and we'll talk about it. I don't know.
It's tough. Because I've been there. I think the hardest part of it is you make an effort and they don't make an effort back. That's the hardest part. Is like, because it's not like
Realizing they're
it's
not gonna
easier
try.
said than done to be like, well, if they're not reciprocating, just fuck it. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to them anymore. But you're like, but I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Especially if somebody you're like close with, and BFF especially. I've had that exact same thing happen to me
Me too.
not too long ago.
Yeah.
But it
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like reaching out and being like, hey, like, obviously you're going through some stuff, so I'm giving you space, but like, I'm here, like, whatever. And then reaching out and being like, hey, like, I'm gonna be home, I want to see you.
Mhm.
Nothing. And then being like, oh, sorry, I missed you, blah, blah, blah. And it was like always an excuse. And I was
Yeah.
just like, it was the hardest thing for me, but it was like, if you're not gonna make the time for me, like, I'm done trying. Like,
Mhm.
I really tried, and you've just demonstrated like you don't care enough. So I that's the hardest part, is like realizing your own worth. That like, is it worth? You've made the effort, and if they're not reciprocating, sometimes it's better to just walk away. And you don't
Yeah.
have to make it dramatic and be like, I'm cutting you out, but just
Yeah.
kind of like, don't make the effort anymore. If they want to reach out, cool. If not, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah. That's what I had that, I think it was like middle school, that exact thing happened to me. And it felt like a breakup.
Oh,
like
really?
I literally went through heartbreak. It was like my best friend.
Yeah.
And she just like started hanging out with other people, and I just didn't like click with them. But I never was like, why don't you hang out with me? Or like, I just literally stopped talking to her. Not in a dramatic way. It was just, yeah. So I don't know. That's just from my experience. I feel like we did kind of the same thing.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's really sad. But at the end of the day, it's like, do you really want to put in all this effort just for someone who doesn't care?
Yeah. And I feel like friend breakups are sometimes hard. Actually, my like the hardest breakup of my life was a friend breakup.
Yeah.
And it's like
Because you think that
more
the person's
so
always
than
going to be
anybody
there.
else. Yeah.
With like dating, it's like we hope we're going to be there forever,
Yeah.
but like we also know that that's a possibility we won't be.
Yeah, that's really interesting to think about. So like, yeah, you're dating somebody in the back of your brain, you're like, but what if we broke up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you're friends with somebody, you're like, it's kind of crazy because you could like, I remember even like saying like, I was like, oh yeah, like, man, when I get married, it's like, this person will be my best man, this person will be this person will
Yeah.
be this. Like, these are the
They're
people
not
in my
there.
wedding. And then some of those people, you're like, I don't even talk to that person anymore.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
like you-
wild.
Yeah, you just assume they'll be there forever.
And then
there's no
the person that might be the wife, you're like, well, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the husband, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. It's really, really weird. And it's true that I feel like friend breakups are almost worse than dating.
Especially
breakups
because, like,
sometimes.
there's nothing weird about bringing your friends around family and bringing your friends on vacations and stuff. Like,
yeah.
like, girlfriends or boyfriends, it's like, okay, this is a big deal.
Mhm.
And, like, it's made a big deal. And, like, you know, sometimes you do that. And then the next vacation, they're not there. And people are like, oh, that happens.
Yeah.
But if the friend's not there, like, what happened to
That it's
so-and-so?
weird. Yep.
Yeah. I think that's like, the hardest part, too, about, like, a friend thing. Or it's like, people are like, oh, what's going on with so-and-so? And you're like, you don't know how to answer. You're like, oh, I don't want to have to tell this story again.
Yeah.
But,
It's
we're
not as easy as like, we broke up. So
Yeah,
I don't
we
want to
don't-
talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like you have to talk about it.
You're
'cause
like,
it's
yeah,
like,
we don't talk. Yeah, why?
Like, why? Oh my God, drama.
What happened with that? I
Yeah.
saw that you're not telling
Yeah.
so-and-so. It's like, man, that's tough shit, man.
Yeah.
Tough shit, man.
One of the worst parts of that too is I don't think our situations are really like that, but when you're best friends with somebody and they like leave you for their significant other and just like
Oh, no,
and
I've seen that happen.
Stop hanging out with
so much.
you and everybody. Like that's happened to me so many times.
I've seen that happen to so many people. Like, not so much people I'm like really close with, but people that I know pretty well.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen like a bunch.
It's like the worst, and you're like sad, but you're also like, well, good luck. Like, what if it doesn't work out? You're gonna lose everybody. But it's
I've
like-
witnessed that split up a lot of friendships. Like me on the outside watching somebody get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then they start cutting out their friends, and they put tension between their friends, and then they choose a side. And then sometimes those people break up, and they try to then rekindle that friendship, and it's never the same.
like, yeah, it's really
That's really
weird.
tough. But you have to think about it this way. If you never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and I'm just seeing it from the other side right now, and all of a sudden you're like head over heels in love. Like, I want to spend like, it's that, you know,
Infatuation.
yeah, hopeless romantic love of just like, oh my God, I want to spend every waking moment with this person. Nothing's ever been better.
Yeah.
Grass is greener, sun's brighter.
Green
And then
as
you're like,
fuck.
I just want to spend all my time. And then you tell the other person, like, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend now. Like, you understand it. And they're like, no, because I spent every moment with you. We did everything together.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
all of a sudden I'm by myself. Like, what the fuck? And then it's
Yeah.
like, sometimes it works of balancing. I feel like it's a balancing act, but it's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I don't know.
But-
Even like when we started dating, like we hung out all the time.
Mhm.
But like whenever we would hang out, like just us for like a few days, I would always be like, I really need to see my friends. Like, if,
Oh, yeah.
even like bringing you with or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's so weird. Like, I don't get how some people can just like completely like. I mean, a lot of people do it and it's like fine, but like I could never be like, I'm not gonna hang out with my friends. Like, they'll be there.
I
in
think
a,
we're
in a few
different
weeks.
too. Like we're different than other people because we're very similar in the sense of like tonight after this podcast, we're like, let's go hang out with a bunch of people. Like,
Yeah.
we love interacting with
Yeah,
people.
yeah, and we love like the group that we have and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
I was gonna say something dumb.
What?
Like,
Go ahead.
we stan a FOMO couple.
Skinny legend, FOMO couple.
Skinny legend FOMO couple.
Wigs flew.
But that's about it, y'all.
We're gonna go hang out with those friends now.
We're gonna hang out with some other friends. So you can go listen to Cork by Toddy Smith on Spotify and iTunes.
It's a talking bop.
It's a talk bop.
It's a talk bop.
It's a poetic boop. Boop. You can go check out Carly's vlogs at Carly and Contro. And on YouTube, it's Carly and Contro. And she also makes videos with Carly and Aaron. And their channel is
Carly and Aaron.
flipping awesome right now.
Thank you. It's
Not that
going
it
really
wasn't
well.
always awesome, but
Yeah, I'm like,
your
what?
content has been fire.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
really
that.
enjoyed the videos.
Thank you.
You
You can also follow Bruce at Bruce Wigner, but it's WIEGNER. I made it sound like it ended with like an A. Wigner. It doesn't.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
WIEG. Anyway.
And you can tweet your congressman at TINDER and just say, hey, congressman at TINDER, can you please sponsor at COUPLEOFISSUES? That's Couple of Issues. That's our Twitter. You can follow us there. But please, like, guys, we need to get this sponsorship going. We're holding out. All these other offers are coming in. Shark Tank was trying, like, they're like, come on, like, do your podcast live on Shark Tank. We're like, no, not yet, Mark Cuban.
Staples Center. We're like, come on, do it at a stadium. We're like, nope,
and we're
nope.
like, no, yeah, we'll probably sell it out. We'll shut down the
How
city.
annoying.
LeBron won't even matter by the time we do our podcast there. We need to hold off until Tinder gives us that sign.
We're waiting.
With the freaking
The
flame.
actual sign.
Yeah.
Not just a metaphorical sign.
But if you could tweet at Tinder, we'll forever be in debt to the Koi Pond. We'll see you guys next week. New audio every Monday. New video every Wednesday. It's on Spotify.
For the most
Go
part.
find it. Bye.
Bye-bye.